Before you make one New Year's resolution, I want you to think about this. 90% of them don't work. Instead of a resolution, I want you to change how you think about yourself. Hi, I'm Constance Howard, Executive Coach, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified anytime any new videos come out. Can I just say that I hate New Year's resolutions? And this is coming from somebody who made them for decades. I really just despise them. Why? They don't work. We usually make them because, well, everybody else is making them and they're fun. But we don't put a whole lot of thought into why we want to achieve the goal we've set for ourselves. And we don't really think about what it's going to take. We just make the resolution. And we don't have a support system around us to really keep us on track and to hold us accountable. So consequently, we go 365 days with this resolution that we've made and forgotten about. And then on Jan 1 of the next year, we make another resolution, usually the same one. I'm speaking from experience. So for 2024, I want to challenge you not to make a resolution, but to change how you think about yourself. I think you will have significant success achieving your goals if you do that. So let's talk about this a little bit. As I said, most New Year's resolutions don't work. There was a study done in 2019, and the respondents said that they thought 23 of the 23% of the respondents said they thought they had achieved their resolution. And that was up from a 2014 study where only 8% thought they achieved their goals. Why don't New Year's resolutions work? Well, they lack clarity. As I said, they lack our commitment and they lack the support system needed to get them done. So I want you to change how you think about yourself. For decades, at the top of my resolution list was to lose weight and to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Every year, and somewhere around April or May, I had forgotten all about the resolution. I told myself things like, "Ugh, I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to, eat a healthy meal every single day. I drank too many Cokes and I ate too much junk food. And I was on a cycle. It just kept going around and around. And I kept going around and around with my same excuses. But every year I'd put losing weight and becoming a healthy person at the top of my list. And then I started reading this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of the paragraphs in the book hit me like a bolt of lightning. And that paragraph talked about how what we do is an indication of the type of person we are. So your behaviors are an indication of who you are. And you are going to behave in alignment with what you think about yourself. And I thought about that for a long time. And I want you to think about that now. Think about your behaviors. Are they an indication of the kind of person you are? So let me give you an example. Do you think you're a kind person? And does your behavior reflect that? Could I look at your behaviors and say, that person is a kind person? Now think about it. Think about how you identify yourself. Maybe you identify yourself as a liberal or a conservative. Do your beliefs align with how you see yourself? Researchers say that once you believe an aspect of your identity, you're going to behave like that. No two ways about it. So my question for you is, who do you say you are? Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? what do you want to achieve? Now, those are two really tough questions. If you're going to be honest with yourself, if you're really going to think about what it is you want to achieve, and who do you have to become in order to achieve that goal? Let's go back to my healthy lifestyle and my weight loss. I thought about that for a long time. I started with I ams. As simple as that might sound, I know a lot of people think, "Oh my gosh, please don't start talking about I ams," but that's really how I started. I started saying, "I am a healthy, lean person. I am healthy," right? And so the more I said it to myself, the more I started to believe it. And once I believed it, I wanted to adopt the behaviors of a healthy, lean person. And I started with exercise. I just incorporated one thing into my lifestyle. It didn't matter if I had 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I would use them to do some form of exercise, do something I liked. I started walking because I like to walk. So I just increased how long I would walk. And if I had 30 minutes, I did 30 minutes. If I had longer, I would go a little bit longer. And then I slowly incorporated other activities into my exercise regime. And then that led me to healthy eating because I said to myself, I am a lean person and I'm a healthy person, right? And so a healthy person wouldn't be drinking 5 or 6 Cokes a day and eating a whole bunch of junk food, right? That's not what a healthy, lean person would do. And so more and more, I adopted the behaviors of the person I wanted to be identified as. And that led to my change. Now, was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. I had to really think about who I wanted to be, and I had to figure out my why. Why was I doing all of this? Did it really matter? And it turns out it did. I journaled about it because I wanted to be crystal clear on why I was going through this whole process. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to create this long list of resolutions that by May, you're not even going to be thinking about. I want you to identify no more than 3 things that you want to accomplish, right? And then I want you to really think about the one thing that on December 31 of 2024, you will be like, wow, I did it. I thought I couldn't climb that mountain, and I did. Think about that goal. And I want you to journal about it. I want you to put down your why. Make sure you go deep into why it is you want it. Right? Don't give me the surface, shallow answer. The surface, shallow answer for me was always, well, I wanted to fit in some of the clothes that were tucked away in my closet for 4 years or 5 years or however long. Right? But then when I went deeper in that, I wanted to be able to move freely. I didn't want to think about being dependent on medications, and I wanted and want to be able to travel and not worry about my health. Those are really some of the passions that I have. And I wanted to be able to do them freely and not have to worry about my health. And so that was my why. That was what was pulling me forward every day. Every time I walk past a slice of chocolate cake or whatever, I think about my why, and I think about the person I was becoming. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to sit down and write down your number one goal for 2024. I want you to write down who you want to become in order to achieve that goal. And I want you to do this in detail because this is the foundation of your action plan. Once you have who you want to become and what you want to achieve, then you can go in and start putting in what are the behaviors that I will have to adopt. And what are the behaviors I will have to drop? Because you can't remain the same person you are if you're moving forward. If you're becoming something else, you're going to have to drop some things. You're going to have to do different things. You're going to have to think differently about yourself and about the people around you. A lot of times when you want to make significant change, especially in your identity, right? Everybody around you is not going to agree. They're just not going to agree with you. Change is hard. It's hard for the person doing it, and it's hard sometimes for the people around you. And that's why I talk a lot about who's in your inner circle, who is your support system. You got to have people around you who know where you want to go, who are positive, who are going to challenge you when you are kind of slacking off. When you want to take a day off, they'll challenge you to get back on the horse and get going. They'll help you in any way that they can help you to keep going. That's the kind of circle that you want around you. I think if you try this process, if you forget about the resolutions and really think about who you want to become and what you want to achieve and what that will take, and really come up with your action plan, detailed, decisive actions that you will have to take. Put it on a timeline. When will you start? What do you have to do? When will you do it? My plan was pretty detailed after I got finished. I went to the gym. I set aside a time every day when I knew I could go. I spelled out what I was going to do once I got to the gym. I spelled out what time I was going to eat, how much water I was going to drink. All of that was measured out because I really had gotten tired of having this resolution every year and for it to go nowhere. And so my hope for you is that you will go through this process, identify what it is you want, who you want to be, and then create a roadmap on how to get there. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. And I said that before. It's not an easy process. Does it take time? Yes, it takes time. But it's better than wasting 365 days on a resolution that you're not going to achieve. I think this will give you a significant chance. I'd say 90% chance. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 90% chance of succeeding. And, I think it was in this book, Atomic Habits, where James Clear says, every behavior, every action you take is a vote in favor of the person you're becoming. It's a step closer to the goal that you want to achieve. And I think that, I think you're worth it. And I think 2024 is your year to make it. So I want you to join me in identifying what it is you want and who you want to become. Right? I've done this for 2024 for me. It includes, who I want to become in my business, who I want to become in my personal life. It takes time. But I think at the end of 2024, you'll look back and you'll be so happy that you went through this process. One, you'll have clarity on who you are and what you want. Two, you will have, I hope, a stronger inner circle. You'll have people around you who will support you and who will push you on. And three, you will have achieved your goal, and that's worth it. You are worth it. Now, I want you to do me a favor and put it in the comments section what resonated with you in this episode. What really landed on your heart? What are you willing to try in the new year? I was going to say this year. What are you willing to try in 2024? And if you need help creating this roadmap to becoming, or if you need help in understanding how you kind of do your reflection on who you are, who you want to become, and what you want, please direct message me. I would love to hear from you. And as I said earlier, click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll be notified when a new episode is posted. I'm Constance Howard, Executive Coach. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.